The thing that I've been waiting to talk about for quite some time has been this conversation I had with the Arcade 1UP guys at E3. So for anyone that wasn't at E3 or didn't see our tweets and everything like that, when we were at the show, they had a giant 15-foot tall Marvel Superheroes cabinet that we were able to play.
All right, so there's a really big arcade machine here. And by really big, it's really goddamn big.
And that was kind of preceded with the fact that, holy shit, man, they have Marvel Superheroes, a Capcom and Marvel fighting game being re-released in some way, which was kind of like, really? I know a lot of people have been asking any updates on Marvel, any Marvel vs. Capcom news, because I would be on the forefront of that shit. And, this kind of is. It kind of is, news in some ways, because I got an opportunity to talk with the guys at Arcade 1UP, and I'm going to be unboxing something that's going to be very relevant very soon. But, they had specifically, made a cabinet for Marvel Superheroes, celebrating an anniversary of the game that not only included Marvel Superheroes, it included its predecessor, X-Men Children of the Atom, and then also the Capcom Punisher game. All Capcom-made games with Marvel licensing. And yes, Arcade 1UP had a pretty close relationship with Capcom. They've released their Street Fighter cabinets. They got a close relationship with Mortal Kombat. They released Mortal Kombat machines. They're making Star Wars machines, so that's kind of a big deal. And the reason it's a big deal is because they even told me this is the first time since Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite that Marvel and Capcom are working together in any way. This is the first time that the Punisher, that Marvel Superheroes, that X-Men Children of the Atom, that these games would be re-released in some way since Marvel vs. Capcom Origins back in like 2012. So things are happening. And yeah, some people will say they just bought the licenses for those games. That's absolutely true. Arcade 1UP goes out and purchases the licenses to make these, you know, mock arcade machines that you can play at home. But it goes a little bit beyond that, because in order to make this stuff happen, if the relationship between Capcom and Marvel wasn't in an at least communicative state, after Marvel Infinite, we haven't heard anything. We don't know anything about how or what the relationship is. Because last time, what happened before, when Marvel vs. Capcom 3 or Ultimate was essentially done and released, a couple years later, Capcom literally lost the license. This was around the same time frame as, you know, Ultimate releasing, for them losing the license, as we are from Infinite right now. It's been about 2 years. I think maybe it was 3 years back when they lost the license. All things considered, there needs to be a relationship for this stuff to be happening. There needs to be a relationship between Capcom and Marvel, much less Arcade 1UP, to allow them to do that. And if suddenly Arcade 1UP was like, hey, we want to release a Marvel cabinet, and they go over to the Marvel guys, and they're like, we want to put X-Men Children of the Atom, Marvel Superheroes, and the Punisher on it, they're like, okay, cool. Problem is, we made those games in tandem with Capcom. You'd have to get their approval as well, and if things weren't cool with Capcom, or if things previously from Marvel Infinite weren't cool between the two companies, it just wouldn't happen. So long story short, if this cabinet exists, it means that something is happening. It means that stuff is still happening between the companies, and they're willing to move forward. It didn't... What in my opinion, in my stupid big brain, means this cabinet existing sort of tells a story that Marvel Infinite didn't bury Marvel vs. Capcom. It didn't completely destroy it. Like, this game failing just has destroyed the relationship. That was it. See you later. A very, very, very high likelihood that that could have happened. But this happening means that wasn't the case. So it doesn't mean... The chance of a Marvel vs. Capcom game coming out in the future, like a brand new one, is still 1 in 14,605,000. It's still very, very, very low. But it just means that one, it means the actual, outside of it being a joke, that one can actually exist now. And the other reason for that is that when I was talking to the guys at Arcade 1UP, they said they're really excited about this cabinet. And the reason that they're excited about it happening is because they would love to do stuff like this in the future. They want to do more stuff with this series of games. They would very much like to But it all depends on how well this first unit does. And apparently, what's in these boxes that I'm going to open up and see what the hell is in is kind of a limited thing. Apparently, it's 8,000 units for this Marvel Superheroes cabinet. And I believe it's available on the Arcade 1UP site right now, if anyone cares to pre-order, but it's in limited pre-order status at the moment. And from what they told me, more stuff in the future could potentially happen. So I'm like, really? And the first thing my brain goes to is like an actual dedicated Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet. Something with X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter. Like, that's where my brain goes, and when I mention those games to them, they're like, we would love to do stuff like that. They would love to be able to make those cabinets and things like that. My big brain also goes to like, man, if they made a Marvel 2 cabinet in the future, what artwork would be on it? Like, Marvel 2 didn't really have premier arcade marquee art, other than like just the oceany look, because the art design of Marvel 2 is technically Ruby Heart in her boat crossing the ocean looking for Abyss. So it's like oceany landscapes, like watery landscapes is Marvel 2. You're going through like a big oceany wormhole when you fight in the Versus screen and stuff like that. So I'm like, how the hell would that even look? Either way, we don't even know yet. Right now, the cabinet they have is the one that's been premiered on the website. It's got the exclusive artwork from the original cabinet. It's got Sanwa buttons, it's got the riser, which I think I do have as well, that has unique artwork on it. I think that's about it, and I think the marquee lights up actually like the original cabinet, but I'm gonna try to put this thing together right now. It's hella late because I've been playing stuff way too late into the evening. But I'm gonna try to put this together. The thing that got me really excited is this could be the start of some crazy shit. This could actually be the beginning of Arcade 1UP going even beyond the normal Street Fighter stuff that they've sort of been doing, and it could be the start of maybe even a brand new line of Marvel vs. Capcom, if not Marvel/Capcom arcade boards and machines. And I think that would be really damn cool. So, either way, if you guys care about it, I think the pre-orders are up now on Arcade 1UP. So let's get this thing set up, and no shit, I am going to actually try to put this thing together. Chat, let's make this shit happen. We plugged in the, we plugged that motherfucker in. Ready for showtime.
We could celebrate with tacos.
So, I'll pull out the other camera so you guys can see it a bit better.
All right. Oh, there it is!
Oh, it started! It fixed it! It's like it's a real arcade cabinet. Here's what old Street Fighter footage used to look like, chat, all the time.
Oh my god, on YouTube, yeah.
Damn, dude. When it's all put together and shit's happening, our gem.
Cyclops! Cyclops!
Variable! That'd be dope. Well, anyway, chat, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and link this in the chat because the Arcade 1UP guys were nice enough to send us one of the very few of these that exist right now because they're still producing these and making them.
Rocket Punch.
Marvel Superheroes and X-Men Children of the Attic.
Oh,
these games are so incredibly broken. Game that started it all.
Land.
This is literally the beginning of the Versus series, the beginning of my favorite fighting game series of all time. All right, we're done. I'm tired. Kenny's tired. Kenny, thank you for showing up and helping me put this big ass thing together.
Yeah.